Our first story is about a Knoxville artist with two passions. One starts out hot, blowing glass. The other ends up cold, crafting beer. Well, recently Gretchen Bates met this guy in Knoxville and put together this rather pretentious story.
So you start with the furnace, and that's about 2100 degrees. So you gather that up. Now it looks bright orange, but that's just because of the intense heat. That's crystal clear glass.
Glass has been an important part of Matthew Cummings' life for more than a decade, but not the most important.
Glass blowing brings me lots of joy, but not as much joy as my beautiful wife. She literally was getting on to me this morning about never mention her.
Matthew is a study in contrasts. He owns Pretentious Glass and Beer Company, even though he's about as unpretentious as you can get. And while he spends his days turning molten sand into art,
I went to school to become an architect, trying to do something more respectable, and then had to take an elective, and it was either ceramics or glass. And so I begrudgingly enrolled in glass, and that's what I've been doing ever since. It's like a very active form of meditation. Like, you go in and you start blowing glass, and then like you don't think about Facebook, you don't think about all the problems. Like, you're in the moment and you're just syncing up with that material. It's really old world. There's that apprenticeship system is still there. Like, you can't read about it or watch videos about it to learn how to do it. You have to get in, you have to put the time in, you have to sweat. And with glass blowing, it's an honest material. You put the time in with your hands and you become good.
good doesn't begin to describe Matthew's talent. It goes far beyond glasses.
My background is actually sculpture. So when you come into Pretentious Glass down in the Old City, we have everything you can possibly imagine made out of glass. We have vases, we have pendant lights, we have sculptures, and then of course all of the beer glasses that we're known for, and the wine glasses and all the glassware.
Those beer glasses were actually the inspiration for the Pretentious name. Not that the name is pretentious. I mean, it is pretentious. I'll let Matthew explain.
My friends, we imbibed a little too heavily, and then that's like either all the really good ideas start or the really bad ideas start. I think we can say this was a pretty good one in hindsight. So one of my buddies was like, Matthew, you should make us some beer glasses. I was like, no, I make sculpture. I don't make glassware. But I was like, well, will you buy it? And they were like, yeah. So I made them the tailored hoppy glass. It's the very first Pretentious beer glass. And you come in and you can actually get your handprint engraved into a glass. Like it fits like a glove. And they just start giggling. All these grown men just giggling. And they're like, this is so pretentious. We have our own tailored beer glasses for our bottle share club. And so whenever I decided to give that a try and see if craft beer glasses would stick, I kept going back to that moment to come up with the name.
That magic moment, which led to Pretentious Glass, could lead to magic for you as well.
We offer make-your-own workshops every Friday and Saturday night. Those typically go from 7 to 9. I would definitely recommend getting reservations. You get to design your own glass, beer, wine, water glass, or we do ornaments and flowers and pumpkins. You design it, and then you get to come into the hot shop, learn about glass, and then also help us make it and do as much as you can possibly do in that time period so that we can still get something nice for you.
After your creative fires have cooled, pop in next door to wet your whistle with a work of art.
Craft beer it's a piece of art purchased a pint at a time. So that lets us be able to share our passions with even more and more people.
We've established Matthew's passion for beer and glass. They bring him joy.
But not as much joy as my beautiful wife.
Right, but Matthew surmised that combining his passion for glass and beer would increase said joy. Thus, Pretentious Beer Company was born, which led to a portentous number of beers.
We've made almost, how many beers have we made, Alex? 250 different beers.
Which leads us to the story of a man named Brady.
Will Brady, brewer and maintenance supervisor. That's high. It's a good first run in there, yeah. It's probably gonna be like 17 and a half. I think we're always trying to one-up ourselves, not anybody else in the community, but always one-up ourselves. They say that repetition may be the enemy of invention, but I don't believe that because we do a lot of repetition and just do minute tweaks. So a beer that's really good, we might have brewed that 9 times to get it there. So from day one, it's always been very easy to just fall into this role where we can just sit around and have fun all day, and then work kind of gets done.
But the work will never be done, not as long as there's inspiration for a new beer or a custom glass to enhance its flavor.
We definitely use the craft beer as like a gateway to get people into and exposed to craft and exposed to art in Knoxville, where they come in for the beer and they're like, oh, and you can go next door and watch Glassblowing. And so many people have never seen Glassblowing before, and it's like, we want to be the only place in the world where you can come in, drink beer made in-house, out of glasses made in-house, and watch everything being produced. The tap room is the brew house, and the Glassblowing studio is all open concept. So like on Friday and Saturday nights, you can come in, try some beers, walk next door, sit down, hang out, watch some glass blowing, and literally watch them making beer glasses right in front of you. It's pretty magical, it's fun.